Ladies and gentlemen, in every human life, there exists an invisible architecture, a structure built not by ambition but by repetition. And today, we explore the profound truth that small habits are not small, they are atomic in size but quantum in impact. I call it the atomic quantum paradox. What appears insignificant at the surface becomes irreversible at the depth. You do not rise to the level of your dreams, you rise to the frequency of your habits. And when you choose those habits, or when those habits shift by even a fraction, the trajectory of your life bends by miles. So let us enter this seminar with clarity, calmness, and willingness to examine the microscopic mechanisms of our own becoming. So, an atom is the smallest unit of matter, yet it holds the blueprint of the universe. A habit is the smallest unit of behavior, yet it holds the blueprint of your destiny. The atomic principle states that a tiny action repeated beyond boredom becomes a force beyond measurement. Let me repeat this. A tiny action repeated beyond boredom becomes a force beyond measurement. The word teaches dramatic change, revolutions, breakthroughs, massive actions, but life unfolds quietly. A 1% shift in your daily environment, a slightly different choice of words, an additional 5 minutes of focus, these appear trivial, but they carve deep grooves in the subconscious. Understand this. The subconscious mind does not respond to intensity, it responds to consistency. Intensity impresses the mind, consistency programs it, and what you program, you become. In physics, a quantum leap is not a big step, it is a sudden shift caused by accumulated possibilities. Your life works the same way. You meditate for 14 days and nothing happens. You read for 30 days and your mind feels the same. You practice discipline for months, yet say not a word. And then one day, without ceremony, your perception changes. Your energy sharpens, your decisions mature. People call it luck or overnight improvement, but you know the truth. It was a quantum moment, born from atomic habits. Quantum change is invisible until it becomes undeniable. Just like water remains water until exactly 100 degrees. Your life remains the same until your habits grows at their temperature of transformation. And that temperature is different for every individual. But the principle is universal. When enough atomic habits accumulate, a reality reorganizes itself. All habits orbit around one central nucleus, that is identity. The question is never, can I stay consistent? The question is, does my identity allow consistency? If you see yourself as someone who tries, you will try. If you see yourself as someone who becomes, you will become. Identity is the particle and habits are the wave. Shift the particle and the wave changes automatically. Speak to yourself with precise language. I am a person who finishes. I am a person who practices. I am a person who respects time. Identity creates alignment. Alignment creates momentum. And momentum creates inevitability. When habits and identity agree, success becomes a natural consequence, not a forced effort. The environment is not a background, it is an active participant in your evolution. You cannot expect atomic discipline in a chaotic environment. You cannot expect quantum clarity in a noisy world. Make your environment a silent partner in your ambition. A clean desk is not about the desk, it is about the state of mind it invites. A schedule is not about time, it is about the energy it protects. A morning ritual is not a routine, it is a declaration of identity. Change the environment and habits change automatically. Because the environment shapes behavior more deeply than motivation ever can. Atomic habits generate momentum. Momentum generates exponential return. And remember this law, guys: what is repeated becomes stronger, what is neglected becomes weaker, and what is consistent becomes inevitable. You don't need perfection, you need uninterrupted continuity. Even the smallest action, when uninterrupted, becomes transformative. A train moving at 1 kilometer per hour is unstoppable if it does not cease. A train standing still is useless even with a full horsepower. Momentum is the hidden multiplier, a force, a quiet force that compounds silently then erupts loudly. Protect your momentum like you protect your future, because in many ways momentum is your future. My friends, life does not change when you force it. Life changes when you align with the laws that already govern it. Atomic habits are the seeds, quantum impact is the harvest. One creates direction, the other creates destiny. Every day, you are not just performing a habit, you are performing a word for the person you are becoming. And when enough words accumulate, the universe bows to your identity and says, "Oh, very well, this is who you are now." Remember this forever: if you take care of the atoms of your life, the universe will take care of the quantum leaps. If this message resonated with you, don't just listen, practice. Tiny shifts, daily commitment, atomic steps towards a quantum life. This is Professor Alfredo Wilson reminding you that greatness is not loud, it is consistent. I will see you in the next session. Until then, keep upgrading the atoms and the leap will take care of itself.